Hey, good morning, BZ. Happy Sunday morning. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing just fine. Um, just woke up, so a little bit groggy still, but got some records to talk about, which is pretty good. It's always a good way to start the day. Cheers, and let's get into it. First one, and I don't usually show comps, but this one I thought was pretty neat. Um, it's a UK comp by the Cramps, Off the Bone, with a 3D cover. Now, this normally comes with a pair of 3D glasses. Mine didn't, but it was very generously donated to me from Jesse at Record World Records here in Boise. And I've often seen the back patch for the Cramps and stuff like that, and I know my wife really digs them. And I've never actually given them too much of a listen. And this has got all their, you know, big hits off I think their first 4 records. And, just rockabilly, fantastic. Just really cool. Now, normally I have to be in a mood for rockabilly, but this sort of almost transcends the genre and just really, it's of such high quality that, it's really listening for any time. Gonna go on eBay, do a little hunt and search, and see if I can't find a pair of the glasses that came with it. Because I would like to see that in 3D. That's pretty cool. And yeah, a lot of fun. Looking forward to a bunch of spins on this one. Don't come across the Cramps every day in the wild, so I was pretty excited when I did. Thanks, Jesse. And next up, this is a record I've had for a long time, sort of probably within the first 2 months of me collecting. I got this, and never listened to it because let's just start off with what it is. It's Frank Zappa's Uncle Meat on the Bizarre Blue Label. Original 1969 press. Now this thing is beat to shit as far as it goes. It's complete. It has the book, has the inner sleeves, but there's definitely some seam splitting on here, so it's pretty fragile. But my experience with Frank Zappa it's pretty much been when I was a kid. I had a copy of 200 Motels, which at the time I thought was pretty fantastic, because when you're a kid, there's a part of Frank Zappa that appeals to you because there's a lot of sort of jokey bizarreness that he's totally known for, and that would appeal to a kid. And I wasn't so sure when I started collecting records again that was gonna sort of translate into what I like now. And there's a little bit of that on this record, but not very much. It's a 2-record set, and I found it interesting that it had side 1 on one record, side 2 and 3 on a second, and side 4 on the other one. So there's more rotating that needs to be done for listening to it. But overall though, really fantastic stuff. Kitty. Really fantastic stuff. I mean, there's some song structure on there, not a ton. You want to get on TV? Huh? Want to get on TV? This is Olive. Olive's one of my 4 kitties. But there's not a lot of song structure to it. It is, it's sort of, get away from the records, kitty. It's more of a, I've lost my train of thought because of cats. How many times does that happen today? Every day. it's just sort of interesting and bizarre, and pretty much what Frank Zappa is known for. But it's really well played, and it's interspersed with vignettes of people talking. I guess originally it was going to be the soundtrack to a movie that never got made, or maybe it did. I don't know. I don't know my Zappology at all. But the first three sides have these little things broken up in between them, in between the songs, and the final record is just sort of a jam. But I really found myself enjoying it. I'm going to find myself going back to it. I don't know. I liked it a lot. So I wasn't expecting very much from it, but yeah, it's a really good sounding record. I don't know if that comes from the pressing or what, but it's just really good. So next, picked this up last week, and the old Megaforce label. I don't know if you can see that. And this is Blue Cheers. The Beast is back. This was sort of Blue Cheers, and you guys all know who Blue Cheer is, from Summertime Blues, and sort of the oft-debated origins of heavy metal, and sometimes these guys get brought up, and I'm not a musicologist, and I don't care much about debates as to where things come from. I just enjoy the music itself and try to take it as a pure thing. But this was certainly Blue Cheer's sort of getting back together in the 1980s. Let me see what year, if it even shows. It doesn't. And it's a they even thank, like, here's a special metal thanks to Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Van Halen, Twisted Sister, Judas Priest, and all who kept our roots alive. So they were definitely aware of what was going on at the time with the whole metal scene. And I'm not trying to lump some of those bands into metal, but what they made here was a metal record. And it's a pretty great cover, by the way. It's a pretty big new wave of British heavy metal sounding record. I guess a lot of people don't care for this record all that much, but I think it's pretty good. They did do a cover of Summertime Blues, which is pretty much just a straight cover of it, which I thought was unnecessary. Maybe they felt like they needed to remind people who they were. I don't know. But the rest of the record's just a solid screaming guitar metal record. And, yeah, I think it's great. I forget Dickie's last name, the singer. Guitar player, I think. But still a three-piece. Still, I'm not sure if it's all original things, but yeah, man, I really dig it. I hear it gets a lot of flack on boards and internet places where people discuss metal very, very seriously, and I don't care. I enjoyed the record. I put it on a couple times, and each time I've enjoyed it. I didn't have to listen to Summertime Blues more than once, though. That was enough. That kind of does break up the record a little bit, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Next is a fantastic record that I'm really glad I got a nice copy of, and that is Blood Rock, USA. And this Texas band, boy, are they something. And I've showed Blood Rock records on here before. I've shown Blood Rock records on here before, and always to positive reviews. And this one gets it more than any other one. If these guys could write songs, boy, could they write hooks. And the lead singer is just this bikery guy. I've heard them described as a combination of the darkness of Black Sabbath with sort of the sound of Grand Funk Railroad. I don't know Grand Funk Railroad all that well, but if this is any indication, I'm gonna listen to some, because But the singer Jim Rutledge just knocks it out of the park. And this guy Steve Hill on keyboards. There's some keyboards on here. I wouldn't call it a prog record or anything like that. It's just it's a straight Texas rock and roll band that has some keyboards in it, and with just amazingly well crafted songs. Yeah, fantastic record. I've been a fan of Blood Rock, since I picked up their first one, and they're very, very dark. Their lyrics are so dark. One of the song titles is "Don't Eat the Children," and it gets as dark as it sounds. It's yeah, I don't know how these guys got so overlooked with the passage of time, because they were just as good as anything else coming out at the time. And look at that cover, man. That is fantastic. Look at that. That's great. So, this is one of those records that you can find. It's out there. You're not going to pay all that much for it. But it's so fucking good. You might have to give it a spin or two. But once it clicks, damn, it's good. So good. Anyway, that's my pick of the week, Blood Rock. And the final one is a record that got sent to me last week from Dave Knopf. And I've already shown this, but I just wanted to give my review. And this is Blue Snaggletooth Dimension Fool, and it's stonery classic metal with this fantastic, blacklight-ish poster print, which would glow under a blacklight like nothing else. On the Arbco label, which I've never heard. I guess this is the second print, and they did this just to have do this cover, and it also comes with some stuff like this here, lyric sheet, photocopied. Also, where is it? Comes with order form for everything, and it comes with a neat little sticker. And this record blew me away. I popped it on, and it's, I haven't heard a lot of stoner rock since I started collecting records. I used to listen to very little but, because I just enjoyed the groove. I enjoyed the sort of the heaviness, and I enjoyed the time it takes. It doesn't need to be 6,000 miles per hour to be enjoyable. They can take their time with the song, and they can really get into a groove and sort of celebrate a riff. And this is definitely what this does. The lyrics are shenanigans. You're dealing with songs like Swords of Atlantis, Death of the Time Lords, Fireball Island, and it's all a lot of fun. But boy, I really, really enjoyed that record. And it reminded me of things like Fireball Ministry. It reminded me of things. What's the name of the band? Atomic Bitchwags. It reminded me of sort of that genre, where it's desert stoner, but it's its own thing. It's sort of loose and fast with the term, and with a lot of metal thrown in. And boy, I've been playing it like nonstop. I've just been flipping, and so good. Yeah, so good. So once again, Dave, thank you so much. I haven't listened to the other ones yet as much because I've been so hooked on that one. But it's a beautiful, beautiful record, and they're from Michigan. Not sure if it's Detroit or not. And I did some research on them. They've since hung it up. Unfortunately, they're going to come back, I guess, in this year in a new incarnation. But yeah, I don't know. That was just really fantastic. So that's my records for this Sunday. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to go make some breakfast, and yeah, that's all. So happy weekend, everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye.